Before I get started, I want to say good afternoon to everybody. You are live today with Nancy Schaefer, Missing Persons Recovery Specialist, founder of Missing in America. Today we are going live regarding the case of missing Shonda Renee Stansbury. I was asked by a colleague of mine to take a look at her case. We have made a video. We have added her to our website. Now, I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. Shonda, okay. S-H-O-N-D-A, Renee Stansbury. She was last seen December 9th, 2006 in Weldon, North Carolina. Her date of birth is July 15th, 1982. At the time in 2006 that she went missing, she was 24 years old. Her height was 5'5", in between 110 and 120 pounds. Now, Shonda is a mother of 4. She's described as a Caucasian female. Hello, Debbie Manning. Nice to see you. And I'm sorry we got our video started a little late today, but I wanted to consult with a very dear colleague of mine before I went live. Now, she's described as a Caucasian female with blonde brown hair. I think she normally had brown hair, but maybe used to dye it blonde. And some of the pictures, some are, sort of like mine, but I was actually born with platinum blonde hair. But as I grew out, the color grew out darker, as you can see. Some people continue to get that look like I do. I prefer it, so it's certainly understandable. Now, Debbie, am I pronouncing her name right? Shonda? Is it Shonda? She has blue eyes. Also, she has tattoos. One of them is a rose with the name Coby on her left breast, and a heart with a ribbon through it with her daughter's name, Brianna, on her right calf. She has a birthmark across her lower mid-back, and her toes are pointed outwards. Now, I have one of the really distinguishing marks that she has is she is missing her 4 upper front teeth. That is a big key. I was wondering why some of the pictures look substantially different even prior to her going missing. Hi, Jackie Marie. It's nice to see you. I believe Jackie is one of her daughters. Missing in America is going to start looking into her case, and we are going to start working with law enforcement to try to bring a resolution to her case. Now, I am a missing persons recovery specialist, and so is Debbie Manning. I have 11 years missing persons investigation. We have self-funded the organization, or however you want to call it, group, and have studied cases and actually went out and worked cases, and we can physically search. Oh, I'm sorry, Jackie. Jackie's her sister. I apologize, Jackie. Okay, so now let me get back on track. She's missing her 4 upper front teeth. Now, as far as the clothing description before she went missing, was a gray blouse, blue jeans, a black leather jacket with blue West Coast Choppers jacket, and white tennis shoes. Now, I want to make a remark regarding some of the information that is out there with other profiles are very, very conflicting. So we're just going to leave it at that. So some of the stuff that's out there may be accurate, may not be accurate. Now, it did say that she has an unspecified medical condition and needs medication. There's other remarks regarding that, her medical conditions, but I am not going to put this out live on the video. Now, I do not believe she left on her own will, based off of my 11 years of missing persons investigations and studying cases. Has basically devoted the last almost now 12 years to this cause. And I consider myself pretty good at what I do. And we're going to do whatever we can to bring her case to some kind of closure. We are very going to be dedicated to the family in doing this. Okay, now, some reports saying she was last seen at her sister's employment at 6 a.m. on December 9th, 2006, which is the Waffle House in the vicinity of Interstate 95 and Highway 158 in Weldon, North Carolina. Now, the remarks was she clearly had bruises, contusions on her head. From what I'm reading, from what I understand, from what I have consumed, from what I read, is she was clearly beaten up, and she was clearly injured. Now, I also read, and Jackie, if you can clarify this with me. Okay, thank you very much. One of the, also the other things that is a little clear, this, and we also want to say this is an open investigation, and law enforcement is doing, and Debbie Manning has spoken to them. We are going to try to figure this out. Now, we also, I'm having a little problem with my website today, and I don't know why it's not working. I can't even get on the main host, so maybe they're just having a little glitch. We have a complete page dedicated to her case now, and you can go to www.missinginamerica.us and report 100% anonymous tips. Now, these tips are required by law to be transferred to law enforcement, but you don't need to give your identity, just the tip. Normally, what we do is we connect the back of it to the law enforcement in this case, so that way the message goes directly to him. No, you don't need an email, you don't need a phone call. Anyone that wants a clear conscience or give a tip without having any kind of fear, please feel free to do so. Now, let me get back to the case. Now, if someone can clarify with me that the Waffle House, there was a person who gave her a side to the West Side Trailer Court and went on West 10th Street in Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina. Was that confirmed? Can someone, if they can't confirm that, just say, can't confirm, we can't say anything? Or was that ride in some way validated? Because none of her profiles say it was validated or it wasn't validated. We want to thank also Captain Bobby Martin, who is handling this case. It was checked out, not validated. Okay. So you know, the way I work and the way I think other people work is we can sit there and put the information out there, but as far as I'm concerned, as long as something was validated or confirmed by law enforcement or confirmed with video surveillance or a credible witness, I don't really consider that a part of what we consider a clue. We're going to leave it out there because this is what reports were, but it is not confirmed. Okay, so was her being at the Waffle House confirmed in some way? This information is not out there, and I think as long as it's not going to interfere with the investigation, that it be accurate if it's confirmed or not confirmed, but people need to keep these circumstances in their mind, you know, as far as if it's confirmed or not confirmed. Was the Waffle House confirmed? Yes. Okay. Okay, so it was confirmed she was at the Waffle House, and I'm assuming that it was confirmed that she was severely injured with bruises. Okay, so it was confirmed. Now, one of the things that I read, as you know, Captain Martin, I'm going to call you, a lot of stuff out there, or that's put out there, sometimes it's reported inaccurately, and people go based off of what they hear and see. So I want to make sure that the information that we're putting out there is accurate and useful in order to bring a closure to this case. Now, one of the things that I read was, and they didn't say who, that she received a phone call prior to there that the kids were being left alone. Prior to her arriving at the Waffle House, is that correct? There is a little bit of lag in the video, so I'm going to wait for someone to respond. I had read, and I did put the link, I put everything that I was able to find on the internet or information that was put out there publicly by law enforcement on one page on our website. Again, we are having problems with that. Okay, Detective or Captain Martin, I did read that, and I can provide the link for you once I re-find it again because I can't access the website, that she had made a statement that somebody had left the kids alone and that she needed to go there. And I'm wondering if this was, who was that person she was referring to? Because that's key to, that may be key to somebody on how she ended up with these bruises. And another one of my questions is did she have a history of domestic violence? In the past. There was a video put out, again, I'll have to provide that to you. Oh, she has had a history of domestic violence in the past? Yeah. Now, there's a video out there that someone did something regarding her case, and I watched it thoroughly. She showed a picture of her talking about how she was, you know, beat up. She showed at the Waffle House extremely beat up. And they showed a picture of her legs and the bruises. Now, one thing that I noticed about the bruises, they were brown. Now, Jackie, was this the, okay, what Jackie is saying, and I want to confirm with the captain if I can repeat what Jackie is saying. Okay, her sister is saying that her sister had called her on the 8th and was supposed to call her back later that night when she got off and never did. She showed up at the Waffle House the next morning and had been beat up. According to a person that she talked to by Mitch Spence, a friend of hers that beat her up and called. She never called back that night. She also abused by her kid's father. Now, well, what I want to get into is there was something put out there, and I will provide the link to Captain Martin with this information that she had called and said that she had to go because they left the kids alone. Who was caring for the kids at this time, Jackie, when all this stuff was happening? Or does anyone, or Captain Martin, can you clarify who was caring for the kids at that time, or what custody the kids were in? The father had custody of the kids at that time. So if that report was actually accurate, that she had, I'm going to get you the link to that. I'm not going to put that out there because I don't know if it's not confirmed or you have information about it. I don't want to put that out there in the universe. But I will forward it to you. Also, are you familiar, Jackie, with the video that I'm referring to? The girl talked about her disappearance, had a picture of a trailer park. Who owned the trailer park residence, the trailer that she was staying in that apparently she got kicked out from? Yeah, someone called in, Debbie. I apologize. We got a substantial tip regarding another case, and I had to forward it to law enforcement. I'll return their call as soon as I get off live here. And I'm also going to reserve my thoughts on the case as far as recommendations going forward. No, it's okay. I'm referring to the video that's out there that someone did a video based off of your sister's disappearance. It showed a picture of a trailer park and a trailer, several trailers within the trailer park, and it also showed a picture of a leg with multiple bruises on it. Apologize about that again. I put everything on her page on Missing in America. Who owned the residence, or who was renting or owned the residence at the time that she was staying with at the trailer park? Jackie, I can provide the video to you when I get off live. But it is a YouTube video that someone covered her disappearance and showed a leg with bruises on it. And from my opinion, the bruises that were shown in the video were brown. Now, according to reports, and it shows that it was confirmed by law enforcement, by several news articles, that thank you very much, Jackie, for that information. That there was a 911 call at 11:30 a.m. on December 14th by a woman that called 911, said that she had seen the woman that she believed was our missing person running into the woods behind the grocery store on Highway 158 in Halifax. Now, this is near the area of the Waffle House, correct? Because the Waffle House, the vicinity of Interstate 95 and Highway 158 in Weldon. Is this near that area? The woman hung up without identifying herself. And I heard it took some time for her to even report the supposed claim. I'm going to tell everybody right now that I don't believe that this is a valid sighting of her. It's my belief that this is not a legitimate, I'll explain to you guys why confidentially, but I know it's been put out recently in newspapers as well. There's something inside of me that says that this is not a valid sighting. Were there in this area to where this witness supposedly saw her running naked into, and I believe from what I read it took her 20 minutes to call 911. I would also check the person who supposedly made this 911 call connections to people who the missing person has involvement with. I don't feel that this is I don't feel that this is valid whatsoever. And according to one and one is not making two here. Let's just put it that way. Jackie, is there anything you want the viewers to know? Yeah, I believe that that area that was searched is near a cemetery as well. Is that correct, Captain Martin? I did take a brief look at the area. Okay. When I get off the video, I'm actually going to talk to Captain Martin where I think that they should search. Not that I think I'm sure that they know already, but sometimes when people work together for one cause, thinking out of the box and coming together to bring closure to this wonderful family and her 4 beautiful kids, that this is the ultimate goal here. Again, anyone with information about this case that may have fear of coming forward for one reason or the other can go to our website, which is www.missingamerica.us, and report 100% anonymous tips. We have a page put aside just for her, and a tip box just for her. Also, Captain Martin, can you please forward me your email address so I can link the back of it, so that way you get a copy of all tips that come in? Now, we also made a video to circulate some of the information, and this is just my personal preference, that's put out regarding her case. People can be very judgmental. Missing in America does not care about a person's lifestyle. That is not a reason for a person, and I feel it shouldn't even be put out there. Should be found or not be found, or be murdered or not be murdered, or to. It's like our view, like when someone passes away. Funerals are not for the dead; they're for the living. And we're certainly going to correspond with law enforcement and see what we can do to bring some closure to this very deserving family. I'm going to pop on and show you a picture that we have made for her. Now, she's a mother of 4 children. She's been missing since, I'm going to put the date at December 9th, 2006. She's a mother of 4. Again, anyone with anonymous tips. We are also going to add to the video if Captain Martin, if someone wanted to contact law enforcement regarding her case, what's the number that they would contact? Or if you have also a tip line yourself, or a Crime Stoppers tip line, anything that's available for her case, because I haven't really found much regarding that. Now, I do have it as the investigating agency is the Roanoke Rapids Police Department, 252-583-1991 or 252-533-2818. Okay. Here's another number. You can call 252-583-444. That's Halifax County Crime Stoppers. Or they can contact the Captain Martin themselves on the cell phone, 252-578-8969. Or you can call, we'll add all the numbers to the top, to the website, and also to the top of this live thread, 252-533-2820. And that is the death of Captain Martin. I'm going to play a video that I had personally spent the time to make. And hopefully we can distribute it. I'm going to add in the captain's information as well to the video. I'm going to play it. I would ask everybody to please share it. Hopefully we can find out what happened to her. Please share the video. Jackie, we will be in contact with you, as well as Captain Martin, when I get off the phone. And hopefully we can bring some closure to this case. Again, Please share the video. Report anonymous tips. Bless you all.